Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the Simpler Stocks free video for October 18th, 2016. So you can see it's about an hour and 15 minutes before the bell. Actually getting this out early because I'm going to jump on the Simpler Stocks Gold and we're just going to go over some of the unusual option activity prior to earnings. I love doing that. I think it builds a lot of value. So a lot of it has worked wonderfully in here. Just to sum up what's going on this morning and this afternoon, the ESs are down 650. They've been down about 650 all day. A lot of the ESs are waiting for a lot of central bank rhetoric coming out all week. So the trading today is really lethargic. You have the ES is down 650, like I said, the NASDAQ down 1250. The Russell down all of $1.90. Bonds finally bouncing off the major support, up 29 today. And the notes up all of 9 ticks. Just so you know, in here, a lot of the 10-year yields around the world, though, have been going straight up. In Japan and Germany, they're at their highest since Brexit. You have the industrials today down 56, SPX down 6, transports down 27. A little disappointment with earnings that came out already in JB Hunt, but you'll see it was much worse than where it is now. Let's put it that way. You see it's 78.52. It was down 5 points at one time, down a little, but here's another one that this isn't going to help the transports break to a new high when you have something breaking down. Let's just put it that way. So you have the transport down 27, gold down a dollar, crude oil down a little, dollar down a little. Advanced decline has been just barely negative all day. In fact, with the ESs down, really the advanced decline is held up like a champ. Just shows there's a lot of differing views in here. And let me explain something in here. When you see the bonds finally up on a day and you see the ES is down, you're going to get the advanced decline pretty even. The reason being that for once the interest rate sensitive stocks are going to start going up. So a lot of the advances today are the PSAs of the world, the SPGs, the Avalon Bays. So just understand that that's how it works in there. And because this whole sell-off that started, let's say the last month, has been by bonds selling off. So the days we have big sell-offs, everything goes down. And that's why the trend readings have been so high and the advanced decline has been so skewed toward declines. You have natural gas today all down of all of 3 cents. UVXY just not doing much and the Nikkei not doing much. You have China down almost 1%. And the DE Dow the same. Both of them down like 0.8% in here. So where do we go from here? I think what you have to look at is this. Everybody is still watching that right there, is watching the ESs with this wedge here and watching the little bear wedge that's forming on a 78. I think the easiest thing to do on here is take the bonds. I was showing you for the last 3 weeks that when we sold off on the premium side, we'd rally if we got overbought to the resistance zone, which we did, and that when we had the next sell-off, we were going to test this fire line, which is also, if you don't have voodoo lines, just take support. And we tested the support. In fact, I'm going to take this off so you can see this a little better. Whether you have voodoo lines and want to pay for them or not, notice the support zone. This whole area is a support zone, and we bounced exactly off of that. But that's not the point with the SPX. The point with the SPX is that if you put the bonds on the right on a daily, and you put the ESs, the E-minis on the left, and the bonds on the right, bonds right now are where they were right here in mid-May. That would put the ESs right there, 2050. Why does that seem significant? One is that's a lower support zone of the ESs, which would coincide with a lower support zone of the bonds. The second thing is, if this breaks, the measuring implication is right to there. So that's what I'm expecting in there. So just so you know, we still have the 7-day, 30-day trial. For now, we have it. We're not going to have it that much longer. In there, you get the chat room when I'm on from 9 to 10 in the morning. Premium videos much more in depth than what you're hearing now. And the email alerts, forum, and meetup. The email alerts are a very powerful part of this site. We have at least 6 stock trades and chart ideas every morning, at least 6 index and futures charts. There are a lot of people that subscribe to our service just for the index and futures that are only index and futures traders, even though this is simpler stocks, because the future charts have been right on. The way I look at it is, before you can even think of trading a stock, you need to have an overall market perspective, and we devote a lot of time to that. The other thing is I post about 5 a week of unusual option activity. I don't post 100 because I don't think you can act on those. You want to act on ones that combine chart patterns and news and unusual option activity, and our track record has been pretty darn good on those. So I hope everybody's enjoyed the video. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Have a great night.